In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Tuned in out there today. This your cousin Chief of GC Radio, and today is the day. Y'all don't understand me. We have the legendary group Troop in the building. Man, how you gentlemen doing today?
All right, good, man. Doing good.
All right, good. Yeah.
And you guys don't understand, man. I'm over here like Christmas. I mean, if I got $1, get $1. If I got a penny every time I play one of your joints, bro, I could have retired about 10 years ago. I would keep it a buck. So one of the things I got to say when going to the Black College, going to Jackson State University, I mean, you guys were so popular, man. I graduated in 95. The band used to play the music. The DJs, radio stations played your music.
Wow.
Anybody had a house party, played your music. You could not escape without one of y'all songs getting played somewhere, bro.
That's good stuff.
I'm being honest. So do me a favor. I'm gonna let each one of you guys introduce yourself to the people, and then we'll start the interview. Who want to go first?
All right, well, I'll go first. I'm Alan McNeil. Sometimes they call me Al Mac. One of the lead singers. Glad to be here. It's great to be in the land of the living, you know?
Right on, bro.
And my name is John. My name is John. Sometimes they call me J Jizzle. Just John, that's all.
Right, John. Thank you for coming. And last but not least,
Stephen Russell Hartz, another co-lead singer. Glad to be in the building. Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir.
So, I remember when I was in high school, bro, there was a clothing line came out called Troop. And they had like MC Hammer, they had LL Cool J, and then you guys came out, and I'm like, they got a clothing line. Yeah. That's what everybody thought. Like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
What was it like when you guys? How'd you guys come together with the name?
Well, we were called the Guys. We got signed to Atlantic Records as the Guys, and there was another group that came out before us like a week or two called Guy. So we were all just on the phone with Merle and Bob at Atlantic trying to come up with a name because we had this release, and we had this dance called Troop. So we decided to go with Troop, and everybody unanimously, went with it, and that's what we went with. And then Alan came up with the Total Respect of Other People, and it stuck.
Yeah, came up with a dance called Troop.
Oh yeah, we were killing it.
We were killing it.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys meet? I mean, you guys grew up together. You guys auditioned, and
well, we basically grew up together. A few of us, me and John grew up together. We grew up in the boys' club together. Me and Rodney went to school together from the 7th grade. And I met Alan later on in high school after the group got together as Five of a Kind. Before we got a record deal, I met Alan. So we had some time. Most of us grew up together, in high school and school.
Yeah.
where you from?
Pasadena, California.
Cali. I mean,
Yeah.
Cali love.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grew up in Pasadena, California. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Did you guys start singing like in a church or?
Jay.
No, not as
I
a
did
group.
as a group, but I did as from my family. The Harold family, we sang at church sun up to sundown as kids. You know, my brother, my two sisters, and my mom, and we sang at church like every Sunday. So yeah, we was always rehearsing and doing all that stuff and singing at church every Sunday. That's what I did with my family.
What did other gentlemen start singing at?
I started singing at home with my mom, watching my mom sing. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
that was much like me too, Steve. I just grew up, singing along with other artists. You know, like the Jacksons and Michael and O'Brien and um, Freddie Jackson. You know, all the stuff that was hot. You know, when we were coming up and going to school. Um, so I kind of, taught myself, and then I had a good friend, Vincent Drayton, who later, we wrote a couple of hits together. Um, he used to show me some things vocally that I worked on, and that kind of added to my repertoire vocally. And so, singing behind different artists, and Vincent was my start. Yes, yes.
Share something with you right quick. See if I can draw a minute.
That's my attitude. That's my attitude. Hello? Who is it? Baby, you realize what time it is? That's my attitude. That's my attitude. What's up? Let me tell you something. Wait a minute. I thought you wasn't talking to me no more. Remember just the other day you was funny talking about my hair was big now that I'm making breakfast. Oh, when did you make that change? Well, listen, we got things to do, you know what I'm
He
saying?
talking
We got to get
about
off my
they was better than me. What?
You see, I don't like the way that I am.
See, I loved it back then because they gave you enough time to get the tape recorder right, so you can make your own voice messages. Get the
Yeah.
phone in the right position, get the right pitch. Okay, let me get it. Okay, hit record. Yeah, I'm not here right now.
When you look back, you can really appreciate it. When you look back, they was really trying to do some big things. The Troop, the way they had it looking, and the cinematography. It's nice.
Yeah.
Who came up with the idea for the video? Because when he hopped over the counter, man, I'm like, oh, it's hammer time. No. This a creative genius right there.
Me again.
Yeah.
He said, right here, the man
Stephen
right
Russell.
Him, there go that man again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in the group, but I was such a big Troop fan, and I grew up dancing against people before I was ever singing or in a group. I grew up dancing and popping against people, so that creates a certain competitive spirit, if you will, on what to do when you're facing competition and when you want to annihilate competition. So I just brought that to the group, and my
Yeah.
guys was with me 100%. Every time I said something, we should do this, they was like, okay. So it just, we was just always over the top. You know what I'm saying? I was hyped on the Dick Tracy. When Dick Tracy came out, I was hyped on that. And I felt like the group, we should do some Dick Tracy old time gangster type stuff. And the guys was with it. They trusted my creative ideas when it came to that kind of stuff. And it
Yeah.
always worked.
Yeah. It
Always.
looked good.
Man, I can just tell by
Steve
the
was the one who,
creativity.
It stuck with us
man,
today.
Steve,
Still
yeah.
in our shows,
My guys,
we got that Dick Tracy thing happening.
yeah, my guys, Alan and Steve, man, they something else, man, because they'll have you doing some type of moves where you think that you can't do it, but you're able to do it. Steve had us to do the lean when we did the Arsenio Hall show. Alan had us to do the kick worm when we did the Arsenio Hall show doing Spread My Wings. So it was like, and nobody really knows this, but even when we started rehearsing for the Arsenio Hall show to do Spread My Wings, doing that kick worm, I never did the move in rehearsal at all, not one time until we got on TV.
I was
Because I was
busting it
so afraid of hurting. Man, Steve was hitting the worm every time,
every
Reggie was hitting the
time.
worm every time, Alan was hitting the worm every time, Rodney was hitting the worm. I mean, at rehearsal, and I was like, "How is these cats doing this?" So. But when the show came and the camera hit us, I said it was time to go, and so all five hit that worm at the same time, and I was like, "Wow, look at that! Look at that!"
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
awesome,
fire.
man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I can just tell by the cohesiveness that you guys really have a good time, not just recording, just like extended family being together,
Yeah.
being, jokeful a lot. Is it hard to get serious and get work done? Because it seems like you guys have such a great time together.
Oh no, when it's time to get serious, man, hey,
Yeah, we get serious.
hey, we, just as
Yeah.
as one of the producers in the group, it's fun to have guys that are professional. You know what I'm saying? Like we can laugh and play all we want, but when Alan gets behind the microphone, he allows the producer, he's like a producer's dream, and the same goes for John. All the jokes aside, when it's time for game face and the guys, we come to,
Yeah.
they don't come to play, when it's time to get the job done. I was
Mm.
just watching a video of us performing, and I was watching Alan, and I was laughing because he's really getting down in his 50s, like he's still getting down, and it just make me laugh.
Hey, but I mean,
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
look
That's
what
funny.
I gotta deal with though. I got like a Steve Russell on stage
Yeah.
with me.
Man.
That's no shit to be just thinking you're gonna just lightly be dealing with. You know what I mean? You do magic with your
Yep.
hands and shit.
It's a serious time, man.
Then John with
Yeah.
his
It is.
thing,
It is.
It's serious, man. It's a serious time, but
It's
we do
serious.
have we have we have a lot of fun.
Yep.
We have a lot
You
of
do.
fun.
I could just, man. I mean, it got to be rewarding when you love what you do and you love who you do it with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people work a job and they love the paycheck or they
Yeah.
love the hours. But when you love the hours, the pay, and the coworkers, man, that's like utopia. And when they break up the team, everybody be like, ah.
Well, one
Yeah.
one thing about us, we've had so many ups and downs with each other. Like we've went the long journey of love unconditional with each other, and we made it. So
Yes.
now it's just
Yeah.
enjoyable. There's no judgment. We've
Yep.
gotten past
Yep.
all of the human faculties of a relationship and being one with someone. We've gotten to the place where we're just one with each other, and we accept each other for who we are. There was a time when I would get into a certain mode where the group would panic. Alan would be looking at me, you don't quite know how to handle different people for their personalities. Now
Yeah.
Alan would just come and put his hand on me. Come on, Steve. It's
Come
just,
on, man.
we just know
Yeah.
how to deal.
Yeah.
It's just the camaraderie. We made it to the promised land as brothers,
Yeah.
and
We
that's
did
what you
that.
see.
We did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
really good time with each other now in a
And we
big
can
way.
Yeah.
and we can accept things better if John is not feeling something on the show and he expresses that I'm just not with this one.
Yeah,
There's no folly or nothing with us. We immediately
we respect it.
we respect it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna do this instead. Oh man, we've come a long way. We've come a long way.
We really have, man, because we just made a decision to do something like this past weekend, and it started out with Alan, and Alan was like, "Look, let's just do what we do." Me and Steve looked at each other, and we looked back at Alan and was like, "Okay, let's go get dressed." So, and because we made that decision,
It worked
and we
out.
made that decision on faith, God moved on faith because we said okay, and we went and did the job. So sometimes that's just what it takes, you know.
Well, Steve, when you asked me when I went outside, when I went out the car and I talked to Cat, right? And you said, "Well, how did you feel when you was talking to him?" You know what I mean? My
Right. Yep.
first thought was it's gonna be okay.
Okay.
That was my first thought, that
Mhm.
it's gonna be okay. But you be such a realist with it when you said, "But man, we don't know."
Yep.
Oh, where's the receipt? I couldn't deny that, but I just, when y'all said, "Al, we're gonna leave it on you," I said, "Okay. Well, if we don't do it,
Yeah.
we're gonna be
Right.
sick."
Right.
So I think I like the feeling better if we do it, then we got more claims to it, and it really worked out.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that felt good. It was taken care of and handled by the time me and John got on the plane coming home, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you rock as a unit, that's how stuff works out, man. When it's
Yeah.
Yep.
when the energy is matching,
Yes.
it rocks the same.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
A quick clip.
Wow.
Trying to have this movie stuff out there.
When you call my name, oh yeah. Sometimes, baby, I know you think it ain't fair when I ain't there, but I can. Well, baby, I know you got a life of your own. You need something more than just a romance on the phone. Never forget you're when some.
See, it's people like y'all got me in trouble because I was down at Alameda Beach with the sound just blasting. Noise pollution. Like this ain't noise. That's true. This surface. This music. Noise pollution. 250.
Right. Wow.
And
Wow. Whoa.
in that video, man, you guys are a lot younger, man. What was it like being that young and known, like internationally? I mean, you guys weren't local. You guys was known international back then.
It was just living a dream. It was surreal, man. You know, we worked really, really hard, fun work, but hard believing work before any of that took place. We believed it already. We already saw ourselves
Yeah.
like New Edition already. So when it started to manifest, we were already in the mindset of it. But man, seeing the response from the people always gave you that eye opener, like, whoa, this is really happening. Like, man, there's 20,000 people out there right now. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it was
Right.
just
Yeah.
surreal, man. It was like a dream come true, something you wish never end in your lifetime, It's just unbelievably insane, real, man, and beautiful. That's all I could say.
And now when you look back, now that you're older and you look back, you almost say, man, it goes so fast. It's like, man, I wish I could go back and kind of soak it in better.
Yes.
I wish I could go back and really enjoy parts that were meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's moving so fast. You touring, you in Japan, you in Europe, you the record is a hit. You're selling out stadiums and arenas, and you working with people that you never imagined you'd work with before, and it just goes by quick. Now, I mean, we still have some of those accolades. We still, enjoy that. But now I try to slow down, man. We went, Steve, you recorded me on this thing. I don't know, where were we at? Texas?
Oklahoma
or
or something. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. We got raised up on that back of that truck rack.
We were in a rodeo stadium.
Man, what was it like? How many people in the stadium?
It was 10,000.
It's got 10,000 folk up in there.
Man, let me tell you, that thing was raising up. I said, you didn't feel like Michael Jackson?
Man, that had me dying laughing. So
you didn't feel the magic of the stadium, man. So we still get a few accolades that you live in. But if I could go back and grab some of them times, and really
absorb it
and bathe in it, I would. Because when it's happening to you in your younger years,
you're just waiting for the next moment.
You're waiting for the next moment, so you didn't miss that, the one that just went. So we learn to slow down and really take stuff in now.
I just got two people to hit me up, and I'm going to put these announcements out. My brother in crime, Josh Mill from Real to Real 360 said, guys, what's up? Steve is my guy. Appreciate you guys, true entertainers. Got Melinda Kirkwoods tapping in. AKA Movie Star said, great interview. She loves seeing you gentlemen. She's been following you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
People tapping in.
Got
a bunch of them, but I can't read them all, but I'm going to read those and I read them, as we go through. As this is amazing. I need to ask that candid question. Where were you first time you heard your record on the radio? What was that moment like?
I know that I was at my girlfriend's house in Altadena, California, and Mamacita came on KGL. No, what's the 1580 K Day? What was the radio station, Jay? 1580 K Day?
1580 K Day. Yep.
Mamacita came on K Day, and that's all we used to listen to was 1580 K Day. And when they said we got a new artist right here from Pasadena, California, and Mamacita came on, I had to go outside away from the family to listen to it, accept how real it was and what was happening. It was just unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. I wanted to be on the radio and be on vinyl so bad that I couldn't believe that we were finally on the radio, and Gerald Levert produced us such a great hit. I just couldn't believe it. That's where I was.
Where was you, John, when
the first? Yeah, I was at home. And I was in my room, and I had this radio that was connected to like a table, that had like a clock radio to it. And then I had like another radio on top of it. And both radios happened to be on. And they were both on K-Day. And I was like, oh, wow, this is really happening. And Mamacita blasted through the airwaves. And it was just like, I like Steve said, it was like I couldn't believe it that at that time, now we're on radio stations with everybody else who we've looked up to. Like you got Michael Jackson, you got New Edition, you got Keith Sweat, you got Al B. Sure. Everybody that we was listening to were on, and we were on that same year with them. So it was like, oh my God, like we made it. We made it.
We like everybody else
we're
now.
with these people now. Yeah. It was mind blowing. Yeah.
I'd ask you the question, Alan.
Oh man, I believe I was at Rodney's. I believe me and Rodney together, and I was chilling with his family, and back then I was kind of a stickler, man. I was kind of like, I was excited, and I felt good about it, and Steve was at his place, and John was at his place. So me and Rodney was kind of like, have they heard it yet? And what they felt. But then I was, I didn't like nothing, man. Back then. So my thing was, okay, it's out now. It's out now. Now, what the label gonna do? Are they gonna do right by it? They gonna spend the money on it. I was kind of like that, so I was excited about it and all that. But it's some business that come with it. You know what I'm saying? So, and the business got handled. Mama Cedar went #1, and like Steve said, Gerald and Mark Gordon, they wrote a smash, and I'm just thankful to be a part of the history of what Troop did. Even though I was in the beginning, I got to be honest, I was like, okay, Mama Cedar, I was like, how 5 black guys from the hood gonna be singing that? But I was wrong. And then, there's a whole bunch of stuff that go with it that, the fans and people don't know that the labels do to make stuff happen, so, but I'm just happy to be a part of the legacy. That's on me still today. So I can't be mad at all, still singing that song today. And it's a smash. It's a good record.
Speaking of that song, thanks for what it was, Casey.
Song, Reggie.
Yeah.
So sweet, yet so smart. The only one to have the key to my heart. So strong, yet so cute. I wanna spend my whole life with you. Ooh, I want to know you better. Spend a little time together. There's so much about me you don't know. And I'm dying just to show you so. Mama Sita.
I mean, look at them dance moves. Y'all was on point, boy. Forget synchronized swimming. That's synchronized dancing. Y'all was on point.
Yeah, but it took, man, the fans don't know, but it took Steve and them, man, to get me ready for that, man. Y'all seeing months of work and Steve saying, no, put your hand down. Why you got your hand up? The hand ain't nothing. Move your body. He would get on me and grab me. Move your body. Man, it took me a minute to get all that, man. But it worked.
It came out.
It worked out.
Came out.
With my stiff self.
Steve, did you ever think about changing stuff? Like, he just ain't gonna get it. No, we gonna get it. We not changing nothing.
No, we not changing nothing.
No,
they weren't changing nothing.
No, they weren't changing nothing.
That whole beginning stage, Rodney was like, I'm not having it. I'm not going to work with him. So I got with him first, like away from the house or whatever. And Steve would get with him at home. So it was like he was getting doubled, between myself and Steve. Alan was getting it. So he was able to get it. So when you saw the finished product, it was like, wow, whoa. It's like he didn't even have that problem.
Yeah, his voice was too good. He had to get the dance steps.
Yeah.
We need them vocals,
right.
man.
And they like, your voice saved you, bro. Your voice saved you.
Right.
Hey, it was tough.
Right.
It was tough. The singing was
no Milli Vanilli here. He gonna have to get it. He gonna learn today.
Gotta get it.
Gotta get it.
If I didn't get them moves, I wouldn't
Gotta
be here.
get it.
If I didn't get
Gotta
them
get
moves,
it.
I wouldn't be here.
He got it.
Rodney was so frustrated with me. He was so frustrated, and Steve kept saying, he gonna get it. He gonna get it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because I knew Alan's background as a break dancer, and I knew coming from break dancing to what we were doing was difficult for him. So I knew it was just gonna take him a matter of time before he click in to what to what we were doing, because initially the group Five of a Kind was doing New Edition steps, and I didn't like that. I did not want
Yeah.
to do New Edition.
Yeah.
New
Steve wasn't going for
Edition,
that.
nah.
Nope.
I come
Steve
I
wasn't
come
going for
from
that.
I come from a dancing background, bro. We're not finna do New
Yep.
Edition. We don't even have to touch them to be us. So we need to do this. Alan, John, we all could dance. So we picked the best dances that each of us knew how to do the best, and that's how we created our
Yeah.
own thing. So I knew Alan would get it eventually, and he did. And the one thing about
You
Alan,
got it.
once he learns something, it's like by the book. He's never gonna forget what that is because he learned it by the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was
Yeah.
strange, but
And you
I
can see that,
understood it.
and you can see that on Mama Cita, because they I remember you working on me doing that, getting that part right there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes.
And that head,
Yeah.
I remember working on that. You ain't doing your head, boy, but I got
Yeah.
it on that video though.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Finished
That is
product.
funny, man.
Finished product. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
Gotta be nice to look back today and see the progress of the persevering and hard work and over years, man, constantly perfecting.
yeah,
Started right here,
yeah,
still together.
yeah.
Gotta be an awesome feeling. Awesome feeling.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is, man. It's more of a gratitude and appreciative feeling space, I should say. The gratitude of being who you are. You're that person now. You know what I'm saying? You're that person. So to have gratitude for that, it just gives you life. It adds more life to you, to your spiritual,
Yeah.
you know. So
Speaking add life, there's something I want to.
When I first arrived, you were my name.
The hits keep coming.
In the way to show.
The hits keep coming.
Man, with the change of month, there came October, and now I wonder where love did go. It was a second rain of autumn. We shared feeling, and it was such a glorious dream. But like kids, we were too shy to say to each other that together we would always to be. So I know.
go on, truth, man. Y'all
Man, I mean, the diversity, bro.
Yeah,
From
man,
jumping over the
kinda hot
counter,
right
jumping
there.
over the counter like he in Thriller, to the Love Dollars, to everybody together and sing. I mean, the dynamic, man. That's why That's why I was a fan, bro.
Come on.
Hold on. I did not just come on because y'all on the show today. This happened a long time ago. If I ain't didn't believe me, I'm a fan, bro.
Man.
I'm serious. I'm a fan, bro.
Man.
10. Wow. Yeah.
Telling you,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Telling you, man.
Yeah.
You guys got okay. Let me ask you this question: you guys on tour today,
Yeah.
and you see generations, decades. You guys been in late '80s, so you got the late '80s, the early '90s, the 2000s, 2010. Now we're in 2020, so you got 5 8 generations that know your music. And when
Yeah.
you see multiple generations, you see dad, grandmom, and kid, like, what is it like seeing generations still loving the things that you did so long ago?
It
Man,
feels
let me.
good, man, because I was one of those kids. My mother grew me up on her groups. So I was a fan of Cool and the Gang, Commodores, the Isley Brothers, and all of the Stevie and all of these people. I was big fans of these people. So now we got people's granddaughters and people's daughters and kids coming loving us because their parents loved us. It's just a cycle of the same energy, man. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful, but I
It's
understand
beautiful.
it. It's not shocking because I understand it because I was one of those kids when I met the guys from Heat Wave. That was my mama's group. When I met them, I was happy like, man, y'all niggas, that y'all my group. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
mean,
get
Yep.
it, you know.
it's
Yep.
exciting. We just did Colorado Springs last week, and the Troop brand has gone it's come so far. I mean, like
Yeah.
Steve said, we had fans out there that brought their children to the show,
Young,
and we
young.
were taking pictures with 16-year-olds, and some of these families had babies out here, just barely walking, that knew the Troop music, and they growing up with the sound. Like Steve said, it's the parents that are sharing it with their children, and it just, the cycle just keeps going, and it's just really amazing. I mean, Colorado Springs, I was looking at John. Remember, John, I said, man, Troop is almost like a family brand, man. These people have
Yeah.
their children out
Yeah.
there taking pictures, and babies. So we pray and hope to keep the legacy going. And what
Yeah.
better way than
Absolutely.
to keep new children being exposed and experiencing the music,
Yep.
Being a part. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to
That was awesome. That was awesome.
take a quick 1 minute break, real quick. We'll come back with more Troop, more hits, more stories, more behind the scenes, and I'm over here just like a kid in a candy.
Hello, you are listening to the Southern Soul Superstar, also known as Triple S, at gcradiohub.com.
We're back with more of Troop, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Excited.
What's up?
Guys don't understand. And these
What's
text
up?
messages coming in, I can't read them off like. You guys have impacted. I'm a glass, bro. Really, I'm just happy to be here. But all the stuff that I played, guys, and also for my, there's I gotta share this coming back. this song right here is like one of you guys' biggest records, man. What was the inspiration and motivation behind this? I mean, where did that come from?
Man, well, this I'm gonna give you a real synopsis, real true story about it. I heard this song when it very first came out on an A&M station called KGFJ, and I was at this play, and I had just met little Tootie from The Facts of Life, Kitty Fields. I just met her. And I went back to the car. Mom gave me the key so I can start up the car to run the engine. That's when the song came on, and that song tore me to shreds. I just never thought that I would be a part of a group years later to go ahead to redo that record and pay tribute to the Jackson 5, and for that song to be as big as it is, even still today.
Yeah.
There's no possible way that I could have foreseen that to happen, but it did. And I was glad that the group entrusted on listening to the song and Steve having the conversation with Sylvia, and hey, there it is. I mean, this is just a beautiful record, man. It's a beautiful song.
Well,
I
I'll tell
always
you
thought
my
that how
side. I'll tell you my
Michael
side.
sung the heck out that record. Yeah, tell it,
John
Steve. Tell it.
John, this is way before we got a record deal. John used to
Yeah.
always make me mixtapes. He used to always make me tapes with a gang of songs on it. It's like, here, I just made
Yep.
this for you, bro. So I'm listening to this tape, and this song come on sounding like the Stylistics, but it's the Jacksons. And I thought I knew every Jackson song. So I'm gonna be honest with you. From the moment that I heard that song and I listened to it the first 50 times on that tape, and I was talking to John
You
saying,
said
what
50.
the hell is this? What is this? I just couldn't believe it. By the time the 2-3 years came for us to get a deal, it was already a secret crush to me. I was definitely gonna present that song to be redone for the
Yeah.
group.
Yep.
From that moment that
Yep.
he gave it to me early in our time together,
Yep.
that song struck a chord in my heart. And the first time that I submitted it with one of our producers, the record company said no to it. On the first
Yep.
album, they said no. But the second album came, I was still with Chucky Booker. Was at Chucky Booker house. I
Yep.
said, man, let's redo it again, man. We redid the demo, just a little demo, just a little
Yep.
demo. And we submitted it, and Sylvia said, yeah, this time. And I remember when we started cutting the song, Chucky wanted to use Alan on the first verse, and of course I didn't mind, but I know Alan, I've been
Yeah.
living with him. I know this guy, he's not gonna sing it like Mike. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do
Exactly.
Alan. And I'm so in love with the song the way that it is that when Alan got ready to record, I was mature enough to leave and let him work with the
I left with
producer
you. I
and do it.
I
Yeah,
left with you. We left.
and let
We left
Alan get
together.
the yeah, so that Chucky could get the
Yep.
best out of Alan. I didn't want to be in Alan's way creatively. I didn't want him
Yep.
looking and
Yep.
feeling and checking me to see if I didn't want none of that. So I left, and when I came back, of course he did his own my way. He ate Mike.
Right.
He
Yeah.
ate
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
up, and it was just I was so proud of myself that I was a
It
professional
was
enough
dope.
at 19 to allow and not get in the way, and that Alan's verse is the most famous verse. When we
Oh
sing
my
that
God.
song,
My
the
God.
crowd, Alan
My
does not
God.
have to sing that verse. The
Yeah,
crowd
Nope.
sings his
true.
verse,
Nope.
That's just
note for note.
Yeah.
Alan, you
Steve
still got it,
always,
bro?
we
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
perform, and Steve always say, "Let the crowd sing it out. Let the
Let 'em
crowd
Right
sing
sing it,"
it.
now.
because they won't let
Alan,
me
you
sing.
still
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we're gonna let you sing it today, Alan. You still got it?
Come
You want
on,
to
come
give it? You want to give
Oh
the
no,
people a little
no!
bit?
Look at you, see, look at you.
You got him hemmed up.
Man. You still got wind in the old pipes, man.
That's
Oh yeah,
funny.
I can still swing it.
Oh yeah, he still got it.
I can still swing it. Hey,
Give him a
remember
little
He still
taste,
swings
man.
it.
we just did uh where was we just at, y'all? Colorado Springs. Remember when
that was Colorado. That was Colorado. Before that was Vallejo. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was like, oh man, guys, I don't know how I did, but then I saw some of the clips. I was like, okay,
sound good, sound great.
Yeah,
sound great, man.
Yeah,
okay.
You gonna give him a teaser, man?
And me, I knew.
Gonna give him that mile away. Come on, Al. Come on, Al.
Yeah, that's that part, Al.
And bells start to ring, and angel starts to sing. Hey, that's the girl for you. So
what for you. So what you gonna do?
I love you so somewhere in there.
Oh, go ahead, Ollie. Go ahead, Ollie. I don't care what they say about you. You my favorite cousin, Ollie.
Mine
cousin,
too.
chief favorite cousin, Ollie. You all right with me, brother?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Put me on the line.
That's funny.
Y'all don't understand how much fun I'm having.
I know.
I'm not in the group.
Your cousin.
Great time with the group.
No, your cousin. I thought that I just knew. Not. It wasn't even a thought. I just knew that once Steve was going to go ahead and do his part, I knew he was going to do it like Mike. But I knew after he did his part like Mike, I said we're home. I said we're home. That's it.
Yeah,
we're home, and
nobody can do that high. That nobody doing that like Steve Russell.
Yeah, all that stuff. And,
my God, the feeling that he put across that record, and that's what brought the record home. That's what brought the record.
Yeah, brought it home.
Yeah, because you could believe it. You definitely believe it.
Yeah, that's signature stuff you've been singing all your life to finally sing it on a record. Oh my God!
And do that.
Crazy. You were prepared.
Yeah.
To sing that record.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I like about you guys?
I knew it. Yeah.
What I like about you guys is that you guys equally complement the other person, and you understand that it's collectively every. There's no I in team, but there's some hard ass working me's in there.
Absolutely.
Give each other their flowers every day and the respect, man. That is good to see a group, especially black men, that able to do that in this day and age continues. Man, I mean, I take my hats out to you, brother. I mean, I know the struggle is real and it's hard. And people get big headed, they let the people penetrate their ears, but you guys are not doing that. You guys stand collectively, man. And that is wonderful, man. That's hard.
Yes.
Day and age, man.
And that's hard to do. But what Steve said, we've come full circle. I can look at my life and see the blessings that Steve has contributed to that makes my life so great. You know what I mean? I can look at my life and see what John has done to contribute to that, to say, okay, I learned that way. And they do the same with me, so, that feels good. Now it's about, stay out there touring, stack this money, take care of our families. We weren't fly by night. That's what I love about Troop. We weren't just here today and gone our lives to this.
Gone today.
Still giving to this.
I want to share something to the people listening real quick. And their response to yours as well.
I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear nothing, Stevie?
Can you hear it, darling?
I can't hear
nothing.
There'll be no darkness tonight.
Can't hear Steve?
Yeah, me too.
Lady, our love will shine, lighting the night. Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. Girl, you're you tight and won't steal away. So listen to my heart, lay your body close to mine.
And when I heard this right here, I'm like, who remixed? I did eat Michael Jackson food. It's true. I'm like, wait. I had to go back to the email. I was like, woo. I mean, hold on.
That's Steve
I had to
Russell.
download it again to make sure, bro.
Yeah, that's Steve Russell on that production, boy.
That's the latest.
That's the latest single.
Oh, guys, still at it. Still got it. Haven't lost a beat. We're better now than what we ever were before, man.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely.
Come on, bro. Like I said, I'm not trying to diss. I seriously thought somebody remixed Mike. So
Wow.
Wow.
Me, Chris, on point. I'm like, like,
That's good stuff, man.
where was this at? Like, check your email. I'm serious. I had to re-download to make sure, like, you lying. I know you lying. Like, damn.
Man, no, I
get to play it this Friday too.
I got a phone call, and Steve want to do his magical stuff again. You know, I some of the songs I was like, Steve, let's not mess with. You don't mess with that. You know, let's just leave that alone. And he said, "Ow, but I know what we can do with this. Just trust me one more time. Trust me on this." Man, he did his thing on this song.
Yeah.
This song is one of my favorites, you know.
And I'm not trying to be biased about anything and about what other artists have done with Lady in My Life, but I have to be honest. I like our version better than I like everybody else's version. I put ours and Mike's right with each other, with Mike being the king that he is, but everyone else that has covered the record, it doesn't give that essence of soul and an essence of like true artistry, you know. And I'm not going to name nobody, but at the end of the day, I have to give Troops, I have to give their props to what these two guys have done with this record, man. I'm not even going to apologize for it. It is what it is. It killed it.
I think the whole world share your views on that one, John. I have to put it next to Mike's. But like I said, I thought that was. I mean, it's a hell of a record, bro. Guys,
Thank you.
The nail on the head.
Wow.
Thank you, man. Because Mike did Mike does such an amazing job. The whole thing with me, I just more than remaking the song, I want to remake the power, energetically, the emotion of the song.
Yes, Steve. Yes.
I want to remake the energy in the song, not just play the chords and sing the melodies. I want the feeling that I got from the song. I want to re-deliver that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my focus as a producer and as an artist.
Right.
And, like I said, having guys like John and Alan, it's easy to pull that off. They listen to me, they trust me. So, I mean, me and Alan have been singing back and forth lead together so long until Alan already knows what I expect as a producer. So he's already on his A game, giving whatever he's going to give as Al Mack. He finna give it.
Yeah.
Because, I'm an Alan fan. So I'm waiting for Alan to do his thing anyway, because I know, like I said, with All I Do Is Think of You, that taught me a great lesson. So when it came to do this song, it was very easy for me to allow Alan to do Alan and not interrupt that. Because that's what's going to make it true, by Alan being, because we're sons of Michael Jackson.
You gotta be you. Gotta be you.
Let Alan be Alan. He's still got Mike in him. He's Mike's son, so you're gonna get Mike.
Absolutely.
It's just Alan Mike.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna get it anyway.
Yeah, just trust in that. That's how we get that magic, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm just
Yeah.
glad that people received it, to be honest, because Alan was right. That is a song you don't touch. But I
Nah.
just felt like if anybody could do it, we could do it. And at this day
Yeah.
and age, I didn't feel like it was necessary for us to try to shove something brand new down the audience throat. Let's give them something that they already love and just add us to it, and stay on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simon, complete.
We can't hear
Well
you.
done. Job well done.
Thank
Job
you.
well done. You guys
Thank
got the
you.
Simon right. Well done. Let me
Thank
ask
you.
this question. Um, is there anybody out there that you guys did some collabs with or want to do collabs with that people don't know about?
Well, I want to say rest in peace to Walter from the Whispers. They gave me my
Yeah.
first shot as a producer when I was 18 years old. I got my first gold album as a producer on the Whispers. And they came back and did a collab with us on our third album, Deeper, a song called "I Feel You." You got to check that out. It's Troop in the Whispers. It's on the Deeper album. They came back and showed us love and sang with us on that record. And that was a collab of a lifetime because I mean, who gets to sing with the Whispers? You know what I mean?
You know, I grew
So,
up around the corner from Walter. You know,
oh,
Walter grew up
okay,
in Oakland, California, Legion Fields. I grew up on Oak Hill Road. I mean, literally
okay,
right around the corner.
oh,
We used to ride
okay.
my bike across his house.
Mm.
I used to go
Wow,
ask, look at us and wave.
wow, that's awesome. But that was a collab of a
Mm.
lifetime for us.
Yeah.
Working with Teddy Riley on "That's My Attitude."
Yep.
That's a collab of a lifetime. Working with Gerald Levert, period, was a collab of a lifetime. That's My Attitude. Mamacita, working with Chucky Booker, collab of a lifetime. So we've experienced them already. There's not, as far as somebody new. Who knows?
And then baby and then Steve, yeah, then Babyface with
Babyface,
Tender Lover. Yeah.
Babyface, and Sweet November. Kenny came in the studio and helped me
Yep.
do Sweet
Yep.
November.
Kenny
So
came. Yep. Yep.
so yeah, we've
Yeah.
had the collabs of a lifetime. The only collab we didn't get that I really wanted was with Jimmy and Terry. We didn't get an opportunity to work with them.
Yeah.
But
It's not too late, brother. It's never too late.
well, that's well, that's
You gotta
true.
speak that to existence.
That's facts. That's facts.
Come
That's
on,
facts.
That's
Sam,
right. Yeah.
Terry, come on.
Yeah.
Let's do one.
Yeah, we need a new one.
Yeah.
We need a new one.
Yeah.
Let's do one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. Yeah.
this is great, bro. I mean, the fans are getting to know a lot of stuff, man. All the collaborations, man. Speaking of Chucky, man, games, man, but that was one
Oh,
of my favorite joints, bro.
oh yeah.
Chucky's a beast.
Turned
I
away.
believe it,
Heavenly
man.
Father. Hotel Happiness.
Yeah. Hotel Happiness.
Hotel
Yeah.
Happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Keep your guard up. You
Yeah,
got.
Chucky was a
Oh
beast.
man.
A beast.
Shoot. Woo.
Chucky's still a
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah. He is.
Chucky's still
Yeah,
brand new, man.
I got to get Chucky in here, man.
Yeah, he's still
I was a
brand
Chucky
new,
fan
bro.
too. I got to get you. Matter of fact, I play Chucky
Yeah.
at least about 3 times a week, man.
Oh, okay, good
I play
stuff.
when I DJ.
Oh, cool,
You know what's
cool,
funny?
cool,
When I
cool.
DJ, I have about 100 songs, bro, and I only play about 10 of them.
Oh,
I got to
okay.
go where I feel them,
Right.
and the stuff that I'm talking, I narrate the music. So it's not about being prepared. It's just having my music ready in the mood and the feeling, bro. And people love it. I get a lot of people that groove with me, and I say some of the craziest things, man. I'm responsible to myself, and I'm gonna lie. I tell people stop in my morning show. I tell them stop giving their pillow some head and get out of bed because of the truth. Let's go. They're like
That's right.
he said, stop what? What think
Yeah.
about it? If you laying down, you give your
Right.
pillow some head. So if you stop giving the pillow head, you sit
You
up, you
got to
raise
get
up, you
up.
get up. Exactly, get
Yep.
up. Let's
Yeah. Get
go.
up. Get
Don't
up.
party in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do me a favor,
Yeah.
if you guys could giving advice to newcomers in the industry, uh, knowing what you know now, experiencing, other than seizing a moment. What is there any other advice you would give the newcomers right now?
I would give newcomers the advice to be authentic, be themselves, and not look for someone to make them into something. By the time we signed to Atlantic Records, no matter what the name of the group was, we were already Troop. We were already hot as fire. You know what I'm saying? So, looking for a record company to make you into something, the artists today have to already be that thing. They have to believe in themselves, and just you have to put the work in. You have to put the work in, and be careful what you worship. Be careful where your worship lies, because that can hinder where you're headed if your worship is in the wrong place and you don't know it. Your faith, everything should be in yourself. God has already imparted himself in you. So that's where your faith should be. Right where you stand, right there with what you create, with what God is helping you create. It's all right there.
Yep.
Nothing outside of you is going to make you better than what you already are.
Absolutely.
John, would you like to add something to that?
Yeah. Just know a lot of people are right now that some of them don't know what their purpose is, and they don't know. Some of them don't know what their gift is. Some of them don't know what their talent is. But I'm here to tell you, to let you know that your gift will make room for you. You have to know what your gift is and what you're gifted into doing, um, and just know that it's God's purpose, it's His plan, and it's His will for your life. But you have to do it His way, and if you do it His way, then there is no blessing that He will withhold from you.
That one, those are facts.
Facts.
Alan, would you like to comment on that?
My boys, they basically said it all. Um, I'm just gonna add. I mean, Steve broke down the seriousness. John broke down uh, different facts. I'm just gonna add. Smell the roses along the way. Try to enjoy. There's one thing about being serious and making sure the business
Enjoy
straight,
the ride.
but enjoy the ride. And okay, when you get your first record deal, just remember that's just your first record deal. That's just the first one. You're gonna have many after, and so deal with things in that manner, and finish your agreements. If you say you're gonna do two
Yes.
albums with a company,
Oh boy.
whether something comes up that you don't like, finish your agreement, recognize your deal, pay attention to it, don't get your feelings and stuff all involved in stuff to make you make wrong decisions. Always think things out. Never make decisions in haste or anger. That's just, you're gonna make the wrong mistake every time. Just slow down, smell the roses, enjoy, be patient, and finish your agreements. And then when you get to the next deal, remember this is only just your second deal. You're gonna learn some new stuff in that deal. So there's gonna be others that's gonna come. So take everything in stride, and being smart is one thing, but try to enjoy at the same time.
And remember that you're on the journey. You think you think you're headed to the journey, but the journey is on the way to that thing that you're after.
Yep. Yep. You're on it. Yep. That's right.
And you keep on
That's
going.
right.
Don't ever think you just landed and you just arrived because you just got there. You got there. Now you think you've arrived. Like Steve said, the journey is ongoing. We're still on it. So
Yeah.
enjoy a little bit. We want to thank you for having us on, man. Without you, cats like you having us on, the people can't feel us, the artists behind the music. So we real people. We feel just like everyone else about certain things. So thanks again for having us.
Yeah.
I thank you from me and all my staff, my listeners, GC Radio, and you guys will continue to write your story and I'd love to have y'all to come back as much as you want and be
Yes.
part of that story, the later chapters, as long as I'm in the book.
That's right. That's right.
And we're writing our story of it, man. A
Yeah.
lot of people didn't
Yeah.
believe in my dream, man. I wanted to, GC Radio started as a radio show in Vallejo, California under Osgod radio station. It was a small little segment of a public access radio station. Then we went to San Jose and dealt with UGMX, and we dealt with a few more people. And then, my kids started getting older, and I was a single dad. Life started life, and I had to fall off. And then everybody started having kids; they fell off. And then about 2 years ago, Cuzzin, I said, I want to do a radio show again. Why don't you? I said, well, we're not tied to Oscars Radio again because I live in Oakland and live in Mississippi. I haven't talked to Dave in years. She said, well, start your own radio station.
Right.
Well, she said, it's nothing too difficult. She said, look, punk, you can do anything you want to because you want to. Now, if you don't want to do it, just say I don't want to do it.
Right.
Right.
But don't make an
Mhm.
excuse.
Exactly. So we started this thing,
Yeah.
man, and we had a lot of people from the UK that would tap in with us every day, bro, every day. And I remember we had like 150 people listen to our station. Then I said, cuz I can beat that. So I got on, I emailed everybody on my phone a link, I text everybody, and I think I had like 250 people. I said, cuz, do another 2 hours. She's like, you just got off 3 hours. I got to rush. I'm going to get back up. I think I got up to like 300 that day. And so the challenge was get on your social media, get on your phone, we're going to build this station. Here we are today with 11 stations, 132 countries. We're on
Wow.
everything you can find except for Sirius XM on the radio, Sirius Alexa, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all that. Get Me Radio out in the UK. We everywhere you can Google. Even in 40 of the different countries in Africa, man. We're like really moving.
Wow.
Congratulations.
And it's not even
man.
2 years. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we were able to do it because
Awesome.
we are connoisseurs of good music and good music that you guys make.
Yeah.
Help us take us to that journey. It's nothing that we created. We took what you did, bro, and shared it with everybody. So we have to thank you guys for all the hard work that you guys put down, so that we can echo it to our people, man. Because that, we didn't make no music. If they was lying on me to sing, hell, won't nobody be here but me. I could carry a tune if you put it in my pocket or a wheelbarrow, bro. I'm not gonna do that. They're like, Troop got a new member and he can't sing, man. We ain't listening no more. So I'm not going to even do that. But honestly, John, Steve, and Adam, man, I really thank you guys. And we're planning our second birthday party will be virtual. So we have very few groups that we are asking if they have time to, like, when in the studio, we can like do a video thing and add it to a live or pre-recorded to be part of our second anniversary celebration, our virtual party that we will broadcast, and also to launch Get Connected TV that will hit after New Year. So we're launching on television network.
Okay.
So it's a lot we have to do.
Cool.
We've done a lot, but I ain't comfortable, man.
Right.
I got a lot more to do. People like, you do
Yeah.
too much. I'm like, I ain't doing enough.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We got a
Yeah.
lot to do.
But just let us know, man.
Yep.
Get it, man.
Yep.
And we'll
Let
do
us
it.
know.
Participate.
Yep.
We definitely put the
Gotcha.
new hit in rotation, and we get some radio drops for you guys. I can get April the information.
Okay.
Okay.
What I would like to do before we sign out, if you guys got anything that you want to leave the fans and let them know, and also give your social media. And last but not least, I know some promoters out there want to book y'all. Let them know who to contact for booking as well. If y'all could do that for us.
You can contact April Cuts. The social media is official troop brand on IG. My IG is Stephen Russell Hearts _ and I want to say that I remember Rodney Benford has a new single out called Brandy right now. I want everybody to check out.
Yeah.
The fourth member of the group has a new single out that everybody should go and download. It's really, really good. Alan, go ahead,
And
Al.
Shoot. If you just Google Alan McNeil from Troop, all my social media come up. I'm on the TikTok. I'm on the the Instagram, the Facebook, LinkedIn, I go way back to MySpace. I've been on there. But our main thing is, official Troop on on IG, and reach out to us. We're touring right now. We would love to do your event. We even opened up to do some weddings. So come have us do some of these. All I do is think of yous and these sweet Novembers at your wedding. We can work something out. So Google Troop, all the social media is there. You can find it.
Yeah. And you can look me up on IG at John Herald, JONHARRELD. Rodney's new single actually features me. So it's
that's right.
Featuring John Brandy. Yeah.
Hot.
And we got some new products coming again. I got a new website called www.lamjr.com. And so go on there, leave your email. So when the products come, you can be emailed and be the first one to check it out. So we're moving, we out here doing these shows. We're having a good time.
I definitely gonna have to get the merch, everything. And for those that don't know, I'm gonna say it for you. April, the manager, is Dr. April APRIL at jdkmediagroup.net. To April at jdkmediagroup.net to book right here. I know you guys want to know. I just gave it to you. You need a station, I can give it to you. Don't miss out, man. Like I said, these guys still got it. You heard AMAC over there a second ago. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, fire. Hey, the flame is still lit, bro. I don't know if you're ready to pass the torch or not. You still running with it. You're like, I ain't passing the torch.
I'm holding on tight. I need some more loop.
Yeah.
If anybody was wondering what happened to Troop, they had to hear that last joint I just played. And if they did it, they need to go get it because I'm going to keep it on rotation, man. That joint is fire, bro.
Like
ain't nothing happened to Troop. Yeah. Something happened to us for not paying attention.
Yeah. That's facts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Man, gentlemen, again, like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for coming in and sharing this moment with us, allowing us to kidnap you guys for an hour and just be real with the people and let them know what's Troop like, what's experience like, and what you guys went through and what you got to come forth. You still touring, you got new music hitting, merch about to hit the deck. And bro, I'm glad you guys are here. And like I said, hopefully we can get you on our anniversary party, man.
Okay.
Hopefully we can make that happen.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to say this part that I say every time for my listeners. Man, we hope we leave you better than you receive it. A smile on your face and grace anywhere you can go. Anytime you want GC Radio, download the GC Radio app. We're available on the iPhone or the Android platform. And if you're scared to download the app, you can go to gcradiohub.com live. And you can always go to iHeartRadio or Apple Podcasts. If you missed the whole interview, go back and catch it. Troop is in the building. Your cousin Chief. We out. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.